Welcome to today's video. What an interesting topic we're covering today. Hey Spuds, it's Jamie. Welcome back to another video, your first video on the channel. I don't know, but welcome either way. I'm very glad to have you here. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. It's maybe not the most enjoyable topic, okay? We all know that homophobic TikToks are not a nice thing, but I like to react to them. One, because most of them don't make sense and they're funny to laugh at, and that kind of takes the power out of them. And two, because they're rubbish, and they're very easy to just be like, that's wrong because of this. And so that's what we're doing today. Laughing and saying that's wrong because ew. Not just ew, like more sensible things than just ew, but also ew, because homophobia, ew. That's a lot of ew. And so we're going to be getting straight on with the homophobic TikToks. But first, just a very quick message from today's video sponsor, Raycon. Raycon offers you premium audio, but starting at half the price of other premium audio brands. Raycons have great sound quality, and you can be totally immersed in whatever you're listening to with noise isolation, or go on awareness mode if you want to hear what's going on around you. They're my personal go-to earbuds with custom gel tips to provide the most comfortable in-ear fit for my ear holes. They have crystal clear call quality for those moments when somebody decides to interrupt my music listening. How rude. And the everyday earbuds have 8 hours of playtime, and the everyday speaker has 11. They're also intelligently designed to seamlessly fit the curvature of the human ear, no matter what the size. They won't hurt after extended listening periods, and they won't fall out. And don't just take my word for it, there's a reason why Raycon has over 50,000 5-star reviews. Whether you're looking for a pair of everyday earbuds, low latency gaming headphones, or a speaker with a battery that will last the whole party, Raycon has got what you need. So if you're ready to go buy something small with a big impact, click the link in my description box or go to buyraycon.com/Jammidodger to get 15% off your Raycon purchase. Thank you for listening, and now we're going to get on with some homophobic TikToks. Ooh. When will non-straights accept the fact that straightphobia exists? What the heck was that? When we get called piano tiles. What? Or I don't even know what that says. Something hurts us. Non-straights, leave us alone. You clearly need to learn respect. It hurts so much. Hashtag straight person. Hashtag straightphobia is real. What is straightphobia? I could see there could be a genuine uneasiness from LGBT plus people around new cis straight people if they're not sure they're accepting, because genuinely these people might discriminate against you. You're not sure until you learn actually know that they're open and accepting. Great, okay. Other than that, I don't really get it. Beyond some like very light teasing, which is not the same as homophobia. We're talking about things like the straights, and mostly that is calling out homophobic and misogynistic behaviour in a kind of humorous way. But if you would like straightphobia to exist, then go have a look at where LGBT plus people do not have equality in terms of like marriage and literally just their sexuality being legal and not punishable by imprisonment and sometimes death in certain countries. If that was happening to straight people, then there might be straightphobia going on, but it isn't. Like, that doesn't happen to people. You don't get discriminated against because you're straight. Your sexual orientation of being straight is not illegal. You will not be thrown in prison for being straight. So therefore, what do you think there is going on that could be constituted as straightphobia? I have a feeling / would like to believe it's a joke.
Please provide biblical proof that being gay is a sin. So being gay is a sin, just like how I sinned by having sex before marriage. It's a sin just as like you say, oh my God, or you're saying that you're a Christian, but you're out there sinning. I mean, obviously everybody sins, but out there just doing your own thing, doesn't even care, doesn't even cross your mind, like, oh my gosh, let me repent, let me try to, get help, things like that. So here's a couple scriptures here, talking about how being gay is a sin. And then just like what God says in the beginning, God created a man and a woman, and it was good. Also, he says to create more life and have babies and stuff, and 2 women and 2 men can't have babies. So that's also another thing. Also, sex is supposed to be like a holy thing between a man and a woman. So
why do people spend their life being just not very nice? People don't choose to be gay, right? You are using something that was written a very long time ago and translated many times. I do not appreciate people using religion as an excuse to be homophobic. It is not. This is not something that you absolutely need to believe everything that's written in it. If you're religious, fair, I respect the fact that you have a religious belief, but that does not give you a right to go around and tell other people that the way they are living their life is sinful or wrong, or being hateful towards them, or being bigoted towards them, or discriminating against them because of your belief. You can prescribe your belief to your life and the way you live your life, but you cannot prescribe it to others. That's not fair. And like stripping it right back, I just think that it's not a nice thing to do to discriminate against people for things they can't choose or for things that do not hurt or impede on your life in any way whatsoever. But you sitting there and saying that being gay is a sin, that is hurtful to others. A fact that people can't accept. Being gay is a choice. That is not a fact. And I think it quite clearly shows that the fact that lots of people seem to can't accept is that being gay is not a choice. Being LGBT plus in any way is not something people choose. Like, yes, I chose to face discrimination and not have equal rights and go through surgeries and have gender dysphoria. I chose all of that. Like, no. It's just the most ridiculous belief. Like, if you actually step back and you looked at it logically, it's not a choice. All you need to do to realise that being gay is not a choice, I'm assuming the person saying this is straight, and it's like, okay, well, try and not be straight for a week. Go and be gay. I bet you they won't be able to do it, unless they're secretly gay. But, like, if they are, like, actually straight, they are not going to be able to go and pretend and make themselves be gay for a week. So why do you think that gay people are choosing to be gay? Why do straight people not choose their sexual orientation but gay people do? No one says anything about someone giving LGBT headcanons on a canon straight person, but when someone headcanons an LGBT character as straight LGBT and its supporters get mad for that and say it's harmful. I'm assuming they're talking about like TV characters, like making a traditionally straight character gay. That's because there is significantly less LGBT plus representation in things. And actually what's happening is we're seeing older stories and like older things getting remade with LGBT plus storylines in them. Perhaps sometimes ones that should have been there in the first place but weren't because of homophobia, or increased homophobia in the past, but also it's because we need more LGBT plus representation. There is plenty of straight representation. When one out of the thousands of movies that have straight couples in now has a gay couple, that's like a minimal amount of representation for gay people, right? And it does not affect the overwhelming majority that still have straight couples in or straight characters. But on the tiny amount and the small amount of things that have representation of LGBT plus people, when those characters are actually switched to being straight or like from trans to being cis and whatnot, that impacts the representation that we see. It's just in representation. We need more LGBT plus representation. We don't need an increase in straight representation because there is plenty. It's also not discriminated against to be straight. Straight people do not have less rights for being straight. Whereas, on the other hand, I think we've already covered this in the video. You see where I'm going. Stop complaining. Can men be bi?
Personally, it's no such thing as a bi man, because to me, gay, when you're gay, that means you're attracted to men. So you, even if you fucking with a girl, you still attracted to men because you will go back to a man.
But a girl can be bi. Bro,
no,
why
it's the same concept, just a different gender. The same concept, bro.
If you like, hey, that's a double standard right there. That's my hell of a double standard. But it's like a known. It's a double.
Was everybody challenging the one guy who said that people cannot be bisexual? I'm not sure. But like, it's said with so much confidence and authority when it's coming from a place of zero knowledge. So it's just somebody sitting there going like, yeah, I personally think this, therefore it's true. There aren't bisexual people. You can't be if you're attracted to the same gender, then how could you possibly also be attracted to a different gender? Where has that come from? I mean, it's just biphobia and bi-erasure. Who sat there and was like, okay, yes, attraction needs to be black and white. Maybe it's like, oh, well, because I'm straight and I can only be attracted to the opposite gender to me, therefore everybody else can only be attracted to one gender. And that's what it feels like, and that's not how the world works. This generation breaks my heart. The LGBTQIA+ have taken over. No disrespect intended. Us straights can't say anything without it being homophobic. We can't have a joke with our friends without being cancelled. I wish we could turn back the time. As in, turn back the time to when homophobia was acceptable. If you say something that's homophobic, you can't say it without being called homophobic. Like, you literally can't say anything. You're a straight person, and if you say that you like peas, someone's going to call you homophobic. Yes, that is what's happening. You literally cannot say anything. You like cats? Homophobic. You say something homophobic, you're going to get called out for it now, when maybe you wouldn't have before. You say a homophobic joke that is not funny, It just increases acceptability of being homophobic. You are going to be called out for it now. Well, there's a more likelihood that you'll be called out for it than in previous decades. It's not guaranteed you'll get called out for it, but you should be, because people shouldn't be able to be homophobic and transphobic without being told that's homophobic and transphobic and a bit shitty. Rename the trash to LGBTQ. So funny. Hashtag LGBTQ, hashtag gay, hashtag bad. So I'm trying to say like gay bad, bad gay. All these LGBTQs are just trashy. I feel like this is the kind of joke that the person in the previous TikTok was talking about. We can't just pretend that gay people are complete garbage without being called homophobic. How unfair is society nowadays? I can't say anything. A joke like this, it might seem like a joke, but people will just be like, oh yeah, LGBTQ plus people are trash. It just perpetuates homophobia. It just like helps it on its path. Does anyone know when white heterosexual couples are allowed back on TV? Never. All white heterosexual cis couples have been banned forevermore. No more on TV. There's enough representation from the past now. You just have to watch everything historically to get your representation as a cis white heterosexual person, because no more will there be representation going forward. You know, all the movies and TV shows that came out this year that have cis white heterosexual representation, they're not actually real. Doesn't exist.
The LGBT community is encouraging all men to pee sitting down in order to be more supportive of trans men.
Every single time this year that I have gone into a public toilet, there's been a massive sign on it saying, all men please sit, so trans men don't feel left out. And I've really appreciated that, yeah. Who thinks this is happening? This is a joke, right? This is one of those things that's made up to be like, oh, look at where more acceptance is getting us. We're being told what to do. They're making unreasonable demands. And it's like, yeah, nobody's saying that. I do not care how you pee. Sit, stand, whatever. Just don't get it all over the seat, because that is disgusting. But apart from that, you do you.
Non-binary, they, them, she, they.
Is anybody else confused? These are just regular women.
Oh, don't worry. I'm confused too. Confused about who the asked for your opinion.
Okay, so we had like a homophobe sandwich. The homophobe is in the middle of not homophobia. Why does anybody else care? People use different pronouns. People have an identity that is different to yours. Does that really matter? Does that impact your life? Is anybody else confused? No, it's just you. The world is officially coming to an end. The LGBT is slowly taking over the world, and a toxic relationship is the new normal. I'm not homophobic, FYI. Sure. Yeah, that really seems that you're very accepting of gay people right there. Absolutely. When you've completely, bought into a conspiracy that LGBT plus people are taking over because there's a minimal amount of representation now and acceptance. I don't understand this whole belief that LGBT plus people are taking over the world. Where has that come from? Oh, you can't pretend we don't exist anymore? Surely in your brain then that means we're taking over. That must be it. One sentence that will start a massive argument. Oh dear. LGBTQ is taking over Men's Mental Health Month, even though we have acknowledged them for the past 3 years. Oh, you've had 3 years of acknowledgement. That's plenty for you. Bye-bye. Another thing that LGBTQ plus people are apparently taking over, Men's Mental Health Month. I have never seen that before. I don't understand. And then a lot of LGBT, well, less the L, then a lot of LGBT plus people are men. Like there's trans men and bi men and gay men and pansexual men and, you know, I don't understand. Why do people just make up the most ridiculous things? Oh my god. Super straight. Super straight merch. Super straight and proud, a flag for yours for only $19.99. Oh yeah, a super straight t-shirt, also $19.99. Wow. This is still a thing? Why do they have 44,000 emails? That's the most offensive thing about this video. A super straight crop top. They make crop tops now. I didn't realise that super straight was still a thing. Super straight. Straight but transphobic. That's what it means. Lovely, they're making merch now. How the F are kids at 11 gay? Why is there a skeleton on a ceiling fan? How the F are kids at 11 straight? That's an incredibly frustrating thing about homophobia and transphobia. There is a double standard, and there's this like fake notion of like protect kids, but you're not actually protecting them from what they need protecting from. You're just making it up that trans people and gay people are a danger to kids when they're not, and it's just very strange. But then also kind of like targeting and saying like kids can't know they're LGBT plus. Oh, but like nothing's said about if they can know they're cis and straight. That's fine. As long as they're cis and straight, then they can know at any age. But if they're LGBT plus in any way, then oh no, they can't know when they're kids. They can't know until they're like 26, apparently. And even then, debatable. So it's just a double standard. You're just making stuff up. The real man. Okay, so there's like rainbow steps and then not rainbow steps, but these look a lot harder to climb. And then, oh, okay, I know what this is. Loads of love hearts, right, and celebrating. There's a video of like some steps where the main steps are like painted rainbow to celebrate Pride, and then to the left of the steps is like these really difficult, they're not actually steps, it's like blocks that kind of look like steps, but you shouldn't climb it, it's a bit difficult. It's very difficult, especially compared to just the regular steps. And there's a video of a guy choosing to go up these really difficult big steps opposed to just the regular staircase because he doesn't want to walk on a rainbow. Yeah. If I find that clip, I will put it here or there whilst I was talking about it. Don't touch the gay. So terrible. Lots of conspiracy theories. That's what it is. They're just conspiracy theories. It's, oh my god, you can learn to be gay, choose to be gay, being trans is a social contagion, LGBT plus people are taking over the world. Like, it's all just bullshit. You're too young to know who you really are unless who you are is cis and straight. And that's it for all the homophobic TikToks. What did we think? Fortunately, I would like to point out these were very difficult to come across. I feel like a lot of websites, I don't know how other people feel, since I started making this kind of content and calling out homophobia and transphobia on platforms like TikTok and like Insta Reels and that, they have become a lot harder to find. They're still there, which is bad, but they're not like there in your face. I don't know if other people have different experiences. If you do want to send any my way, transphobic, homophobic, like LGBT plus phobic in some kind of way, TikTok or short videos, you can DM me on Instagram with them or something, or drop a link somewhere, and yeah, maybe I will come back and react to some more. I will always be coming at you with some positive, wholesome. I think I just did a trans TikTok one recently, which was the lovely wholesome trans TikTok. I will be doing a lovely LGBT plus general TikToks as well, which is all the relatable nice ones. So yeah, there's always positive content as well. I try and make it 50-50. If you did like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, but if you don't want to, then there's no pressure. I guess if you didn't like it, then yeah, you don't have to. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye.